looking kinda dicey and pricey. Life ain't looking at me nicely. It's icy. Things be looking kinda dicey. Precisely.
What is up, guys? Today we will be reviewing a song by H.E.R, and this is I Can't Breathe. Guess what it's about. Guess what it's about. I'll give you 3 guesses. You guys can say whatever you want, whatever you think it is in the comments. And I don't know what to really expect because we reviewed a Little Baby song, and yeah, people freaked out about us reviewing it because we were white. So, I mean, just don't even. We have a right to review this. I'm just letting people know that for now. We have a right to review this, and race is not. I mean, it doesn't really come into like going into our rights. We have a right to review any song we please. So if you have a problem with that, you don't have to like this. You can dislike it if you want, or you can leave and not view it at all. It's all up to you. But anyway, we'll be reviewing this song, and feel free to comment. And if you don't agree with what we say, feel free to do that. I mean, we'll have a peaceful conversation, and try not to be like the people who were on the little baby video because they freaked out.
Well, there were some good people on there just trying to educate us from their own point of view. The point is conversations is what needs to happen. Conversations agreeing with us or disagreeing with us. Who knows? We might 100% agree with what she's saying or disagree. That doesn't make us racist. We're not trying to hate on her. It's just our own opinion. It's not even fact. It's an opinion. So don't take it as us. Unless we say like, oh, what happened was good. What happened was, then obviously we'd be racist. But we're not saying that. This is obviously a music review, but we're going to give partially our opinions on all of that and everything. We don't pretend to be 100% right, but in our opinion, whatever we say it for a reason. So, yeah, let's go ahead and listen to it. H.E.R, I Can't Breathe. And I've never heard of H.E.R. Well, I've heard of her, but I've never listened to her before. Neither does Lucas. So, let's do this.
I haven't.
Okay, so that was I Can't Breathe by H.E.R. Gotta say, first of all, very good. She has a very good voice. Never heard her before.
She does. Very good voice.
Never heard her before. I did a video reacting to the BET nominations, and she was one of the artists. And I said, I don't know who that is, so I'm not gonna give it to her. If she has more stuff like this, could be even better. It reminds me. She has like a little bit of a Sia tone. I don't know. For some reason, I got that. A little bit of.
I'm sorry. No, she does not have a Sia tone, dude.
All right.
Why
I
would
get you.
say no?
I get you. I don't know. Sorry. I didn't mean to say Sia. I meant SZA. Maybe a little bit of a SZA tone. I don't know. Anyways, point is, really good voice. I thought the chorus was super fire. Now, as far as catchiness of the song goes, very good. Beat very good. The O's, the O on the post chorus and the outro, very good. So on song basis wise, catchy, all of that subject matter. It caught me a little off guard that she did the spoken word thing. I thought the spoken word thing was kind of cool. It fit in context with the song. Kind of the first half of the song is kind of like really just the more normal post chorus, 2-verse type of song, and then you have the spoken word part. I love when people do spoken word and all of that. I gotta say, before the spoken word, I like all of what she's saying. I honestly think it's facts. She's not calling out a certain race. She's calling out racists in general. Is what I'm getting from it. And same with the spoken word. When with these songs like this, I don't claim to be a political pundit or anything like that, but there are certain things that would make me be like, okay, that's not like that, like really, that's not okay, that's true, things like that. When they go middle of the ground and say, okay, good, you went middle of the ground. When they go on the side I don't agree with, all right, I respect where you're coming from, I disagree. When they go on the side I am agreeing with, all right, cool, right? For me, she didn't seem to totally generalize what she's saying by race, or I think she's talking about people who don't see racism as a real thing, and racists themselves who claim to not be racist. And when she said, you claim to not be racist because you have a black friend, blah blah blah, it's like there are some like actual racists who I'm sure they would have discriminated someone by their color, and they'd be like, "You're a racist." No, I have a black friend. We're all the same. Blah blah blah. But they continue to be racist. So I think she brought it off a very forceful kind of way. That's like, oh, dang. But to me, didn't seem super ignorant. The I can't breathe part kind of, for me, felt like she was talking from George Floyd's perspective and African American people's perspective and people of minorities' perspective when they're being silenced or whatever, because that definitely happens. So yeah, overall, it does not seem racist to me at all. And overall, it seems like she is talking to the person who claims not to be racist, but is so obviously driven by race, and letting them know really how they feel. So overall, I'm gonna be honest, musically wise, this is a 10 out of 10. Like, say this wasn't a Black Lives Matter song, like it had, like, the lyrics were just normal lyrics.
Okay, careful.
Say it wasn't a political song. Just musically, I get a 10 out of 10 because the vocal is really good and all of that. But you know what? I think I'd still give it a 10 out of 10. What do you think, Luke?
Well, right off the bat, I actually really liked it. I'm really actually glad that she didn't promote any violence in the song. She was like, no, F the police. I mean, dude, when YG wrote that song, I was, dude, I'm like, okay, is this how everyone's gonna be? I'm glad she was not this way, because, dude, honestly, stereotyping does not get anywhere, and that's really what black people have hated as well. A lot of people have considered, automatically think, thugs and drug addicts. I mean, dude, that's the issue here. Stereotypes, in my opinion, are the issue in America right now. The one thing I'm like, okay, Mexican illegal immigrant thing, I'm like, okay, you look at our side, a lot of the illegal immigrants are coming out from Mexico. It doesn't mean that all Mexicans are illegal immigrants, that are automatically stereotyped that way, because that's not really, no, it's not totally true. People have kind of, what people get that from a lot of the time is Trump saying, I don't like illegal immigrants, but the media has twisted his words, and they've said that he said that he doesn't like Mexicans, which is completely untrue. And that really started that whole thing off, and I'm a little bit like, okay, if that's really what you think, it's media attention. You're just getting that from the media. But in reality, there actually are some people that, especially in this area, dude, you gotta turn yourself down, dude. My ears are on fire right now. I'm sorry, dude. But dude, honestly, in this area, in the area I'm in, some Mexicans are actually stereotyped for being illegal immigrants, because from where I'm at, there are a lot of illegal immigrants that come up here as well, and it's honestly, it's sad that some people continue to stereotype. A lot of people continue to stereotype, and that's one thing I think we need to stop. But when I started looking at the lyrics and stuff, when I started listening on to it, after generations of supremacy resulting in your ignorant, privileged eyes, it's, there are 49% of white people are homeless. So it's not really, I'm just saying that now because you're not seeing black people really saying anything to Hispanic people or Asian people about this whole situation. They're mainly focusing on white people in general. And overall, I really am still very upset that George Floyd got murdered. I was very upset. I hate police brutality. But when you look at what's happening right now, is it really about him anymore? Because you look at what's going on right now, and black people have been killed during this whole event as well. Movements like Antifa have killed black men and women like David Dorn, Chris Beatty, Italia Kelly, James Scurlock, Barry Perkins. I mean, dude, they claim that they're supporting black lives and they want to support the black community, but this is happening. This is what I think is contradicting. I support the peaceful protesting going on right now, but these people do not need to die. More violence will never result in peace. I'm sorry. And what I think is even more kind of shocking to me is people automatically say I've had a number of people just say on Instagram and stuff, you need to apologize for being white, and you need to apologize to every black person you know. I've not been racist one day in my life. I have a whole family tree that lives in Brazil, all Latin Americans. I have Mexican cousins I love dearly. I have black cousins I love dearly. And, dude, in my blood, I'm half Latin. I'm half Brazilian. This isn't really. It's weird that people automatically just like, I don't know. Not all white people are racist, dude. I'm sorry. And I'm so sick and tired of people hearing that. I mean, saying that. They're like, stop stereotyping. Well, stop stereotyping white people for being racist. It doesn't help you, and it's hypocritical. And that's why I think it's so sad in our nation. People want to stereotype. People want people stereotyping to stop, and then they stereotype white people and other people in general. It's hypocritical, and it needs to stop. And I mean, these issues need to be viewed as well. These people are being killed. Black rights are being stood up for, but black people are being killed. This makes zero sense. And I know a lot of people are with me here, and a lot of my black friends have agreed with this as well. And it just doesn't really. What does this help? What does more death? What does it do anything? How does it help the situation at all? And how does the rioting and looting help the situation? I know. I mean, people say, oh, you're missing the point. People who are every race is being hurt in this war right now. Every race has been hurt. So if this isn't really about is this really about George Floyd or Ahmaud anymore? It doesn't really seem like that. I like the peaceful protesting, and I like that she wrote this song because I actually really like this song. I love this song. And I'm glad she wrote this because this was actually, I agree with just about everything in this song, just about everything. But I'm not gonna just like, but doesn't mean I'm gonna take a knee and apologize for doing something I did not do. And I'm saying that now. It doesn't. I'm saying that for all the people who think I should do that because it makes no sense to stereotype when you want stereotyping to stop. But now let's go to the music perspective because I feel like I've given all I need to give on that topic right there. Music wise, I really did like this song. I really did like this song. I gave it a 10 out of 10. The production was unbelievable. I love the vocals, and overall, dude, her voice flowed so smoothly in that song. I was so amazed. And it was so soothing to hear the instrumental and her voice. It all blended very nicely. I give this a 10 out of 10. And I'm glad this song was written.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, stereotype and she didn't stereotype. Well, she stereotyped a racist person.
A little bit.
She stereotyped a racist person. But yeah.
But racism is nowhere. I'm just saying, real quick. Racism is nowhere near how it was in the 60s. I'm just saying that now because I'm like, okay, if people are really, I mean, in reality, dude, you can't deny it either. People are racist.
I don't know. I live in I live in a state with not a lot of black people. It's mostly white people and a lot of Mexicans here. So I wouldn't. I personally. I can't speak on.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't speak on for me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that many African American people. I
mean, it's not your fault either.
Yeah, no.
You've been there for a while. But with me, I've lived in multiple states where, I mean, there aren't really multiple areas. There are not really a whole lot of white people there, and I've really gotten to know.
I would say
a lot of the.
I don't know. I would say in some places it's really bad. Some places not so bad. Some places,
I totally agree.
It just depends. Everywhere. I mean,
But you look at like
injustice for race and color, and economic and religion still happens everywhere. Some places worse than it ever did. Some places way better than it ever did. I mean, like.
But what I'm saying here is comparing it to the 60s where races had their own where black people and white people had their own bathrooms, their own drinking fountains. That's what it's racism has diminished greatly since then. I'm not saying there's not still racism in the world because clearly with what happened to George Floyd, it shows that there are racist situations.
I would say
focused on as well.
I would say in my opinion, which is probably flawed because I'm white, but in my opinion, I would say that racism, racism when it has to do affecting how black people can live, in a decent amount of ways. It's not as bad as it was at one time, but I don't know. Probably not. Guys, let me know in the comments down below. Let us know about everything we're talking about. And if we get hate or we get love,
I want people to pour out on here as well.
we get hate, yeah, just like we are. That's why this is a long review, probably gonna be like 15 minutes. But if we get hate, we get love. We're gonna talk about it Sunday, which we did last week, which was actually super fun. So we're talking about Sunday, kind of like, okay, this, that. How do we respond to how people feel about this? But anyways, wrapping it up, I would say that racism, as far as people actually being racist and caring about the color of people's skin, I don't know how many there are, because nobody's just gonna say, "Oh, I'm a racist. You know what I mean? It's not like coming out as gay, or it's not like as telling someone, or like getting married. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, we're married. Oh, so we know 20,000 people got married this year. I came out as gay. Okay, 40,000 people came out as gay this year. It's not like, 20 new racists. You know what I mean? So who knows? Who knows? Just like, most people don't tell a lot of people if they're suicidal or things like that.
Totally see you.
But yeah.
Well, one last thing. When we end here today, I really encourage people to really leave their opinion out there. But don't just automatically try to poke and be like, "Oh, you're racist, you're a bigot."
Don't stereotype us.
Do not stereotype us.
Yeah.
There's no reason
just
to
because
have a logical conversation with us, because we're not gonna.
Just because Lucas thinks it's bad that people are rioting and doing stuff like this doesn't mean he thinks it's good that racism exists. Okay, it's not black or white. You can still think it's bad that all these things happen, but think that what happened because of it doesn't make what happened any better, right? So anyways, let us know what you think. Daily content here. Peace out.